Today on Reese Dixon, we are making this fancy polka dot ornament. Hey everybody, it's Teresa from ReeseDixon.com, and I'm here with another ornament tutorial for our 60s kitschy mod Christmas tree. I just love 60s design. I love mid-century modern so much, and so I was always looking for ornaments that I could use to just put classic design elements on. So I got a lot of, the blank wood shapes, the bells and the ornaments that we've been doing. And so here's another, just a plain wooden ornament shape that I got at my craft store, and I used it to bring in some classic mid-century design. In this case, just some dots, like polka dots were all over the place, but used strategically. And so I thought we could use these dots to make kind of a mandala pattern on our ornament and make it kind of this polka dot starbursty kind of a thing. My words might not be doing this justice, but I really love this ornament and it's so simple to do. So let me show you how to make it. I've already gotten a bit of a jump start on our project here. I bought my ornament shape when it was just plain raw wood. So I've gone ahead and given it a few coats of white. I wanted a really thick, opaque coat so that I didn't want to use the wood look for this. I just wanted it clean. So took a few coats, and then I need some help to make sure that my circles don't go all wonky. So I've already drawn a couple on here, but you can trace just about any round object you can find, or you can use a circle ruler, which is what I did. And I just, traced one for the outside and then another, even smaller, for the inside. And this will just kind of give me some positioning on where I want to go with my dots. So now we just are going to go crazy covering everything with dots. There's not necessarily a pattern. You just start your painting and see where you go. I've got a selection of paint colors here. This is the palette that I'm working with for this. And so I just try to alternate which colors I use where, so that you get a good cross section of this. So I'm just gonna pick, let's go with this wine color, like that. And I'm gonna get my brush really good and loaded. Whoop, that might be a little too loaded. That's kind of runny paint. So you don't want it dripping. You just want it nice and full. And I'm gonna go all the way around, just making my dots. And the brush you use can have a lot to do with this. This is a size 6. It's a thin brush, but not a liner brush. So this is doing a lot of the work for me too. Now, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but these little dots are slightly domed. So that will show you, I'm just letting the paint do the work. I'm not trying to paint a little circle. I'm just touching the paint down, and your brush should be full enough so that it will create a little pile of paint, so to speak. I mean, I'm tempted to kind of spin the wheel at random and see what I end up with. I think I'll go with this teal color here. Now that my 2 circles are done, I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit. I don't wanna mess up my dots by dragging my hands over it. So I'm gonna let this dry, and in the meantime, I'll show you the next one I've got. So I'm gonna put another round of dots in between them and another round of dots just inside the blue one. And then, I'll see where that takes me. Now, as I'm getting closer to the center, my dots need to start getting smaller. So I did one around, and now I'm actually gonna use that same green color to go smaller and then smaller, so it looks like it's radiating outwards. And with those tiny little dots, you just need the lightest touch. I'm just touching my brush to the ornament. And then to finish off the centerpiece, I'm just going to do one large dot. I'm going to do one of these light green dots. I'm going to aim for in between the red ones, but I did that a little bit thick, so we'll see. So to finish it off, I'm going to do something similar that I did on the inside with the dots, just have it radiating outwards. So now I'm using this medium red, and I'm going to put a dot just above and between the mint dots, and then add a little doot doot tail. There we go, all of my dots now in place. I really love how that looks. So this needs to dry, of course, and then once it's thoroughly dry, like I'm not even gonna touch this until tomorrow dry, I'm gonna come in with an eraser and get rid of those pencil lines that started this whole project off, and then add a loop for hanging, and this is ready to go on my tree. There's something so soothing about just painting those little dots over and over again. And I just loved making this, and I love how it turned out. It's so fun and so simple. So I hope that this was inspiring for you, that you'll give it a try. If you do, I'd love to see pictures in the comments. And be sure and subscribe so you can see this amazing tree when it's all done. It's really looking fantastic. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.